Hello and welcome to this little video for the Charity Retail Consultancy. I'm really delighted today that we've got Sarah Gravelle with us from St Peter's Hospice in Bristol. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello. So we've come together today to celebrate your wonderful achievements in our Pride display competition from your shop. So we had a number of entries from St Peter's, one of which was third and one of which got a special mention. So it would be lovely to hear about how come St Peter's put in so many fantastic entries in your shops.
Oh, golly. I mean, yes, one, actually selecting those to put forward to you is difficult enough. We've got 45 shops across Bristol, and all shop managers were so enthusiastically involved. They didn't hesitate. They didn't need encouragement. Their designs, their creativity, they really blew us away with a little bit of competitiveness across in a nice way, but the standard was outstanding. And to be part of a national competition, for us being a Bristol-based charity, you know, we're honoured to be part of that, such a bigger, wider competition.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you were saying to me before we started him on about how this sort of really reflects your hospice values.
Absolutely. I mean, we are committed at St Peter's Hospice to equality and inclusion for all staff and volunteers, and that we really wanted to support Pride, you know, to support the diversity of our communities, and our managers have very good relationships amongst their communities and reach out to communities. So that was another reason, without hesitation, why we would have been involved.
Fantastic. And we loved your interest. So the one that we're looking at now is Stoke Lane, and this came third. And I think one of the reasons we loved this was it's very impactful. It's quite simple, but it's quite impactful, but also really shoppable. That was the other thing that we liked about this, because, you know, you spend all that time putting a window display in, and then of course somebody wants to buy it.
Yeah, and the manager and the assistant manager here, they wanted to create something that was simple, like you say, something that could easily be re-merchandised. You know, the stock can be changed as quickly as possible. It looked very different to how it normally does, because we've got window backs to it, so to have had the fabric drapes,
yeah,
you know, and the managers there, you know, they paid for all of the fabric themselves. Wow. That wasn't from donations, so that was just their support of what they wanted to do. And you're right, it's an impactive shop. It's set back from the road, this in Stoke Lane, so when you do drive past, there's quite a high wall, so this was, you couldn't drive past without missing this one.
Yeah,
stunning. They did a fantastic job. Very modest team there, but they did amazing.
They did. It's lovely. I loved it, and I loved the little ribbon around the necks of the mannequins as well.
Touch.
Yeah,
the ribbon. Yeah, that was classic. Just touch. Yeah. The detail. It was lovely. Great.
They've obviously got a great eye for colour and style and design. So yeah, that was fantastic. We loved that one.
Really proud of them.
And then I don't know if I've ever seen quite so many flip-flops in one single display before, but this was our special mention, which was Keynsham, which we loved the flip-flops making the love sign and the rainbow at the back.
You know, what a creative idea, and how they've easily attached them to the window, but they really made a statement with this one. And this is a busy high street, lots of competition, lots of charity shops on this high street, and they were outstanding, and they stood out in the crowd, I have to say. Driving past Keynsham, so well done then. They did amazingly well.
They did, and it's such a summery window too. It's sort of, it's Pride and it's summer, which is a really nice combination.
Yeah, it's bang on season.
Yeah, lovely. And then I just wanted to take a minute just to look at some of the other entries that we got from you as well. So we've got that lovely one at Portishead with the window painting. And window painting is a great way of bringing a sort of new dimension to your display, isn't it? And it was lovely to see children's wear as well in the display.
Yeah, children's wear, we tend to neglect children's wear a little bit, doesn't it? But it's also very important to support them within our community, our younger generation. You know, as with us, we're trying to encourage younger volunteers within our shops as well, so to engage with children's wear. Yeah, and the colourful art on the glass on the window, we're seeing that quite a lot now across shops, actually.
We are.
You could be as creative, aren't you, with messaging, design. We're seeing that more and more for each season.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of the other, you know, a few of the other entries have the sort of like art on the windows. It does give it a nice dimension. And I know Kat, who's our visual merchandising associate, is a real advocate of kind of window art. So yeah, lovely use of it there. And it sort of really frames the mannequins as well, doesn't it? Focuses your eye down onto.
Yes, it does.
And quite a spectacular one for Westbury-on-Trym with that lovely sort of big rainbow garland and the rainbow shoes as well. They must have been saving those carefully.
No, I couldn't help but miss the shoes. I mean, every rainbow colour there possible, but that also shouted out product to me,
Yeah.
as well as the message,
Yeah.
you know, and that was very impactful. Yeah, that was stunning.
Yeah.
Driving past that one there again, you couldn't miss, but the team did a wonderful job.
Yeah, and then finally Whitchurch with some really love is love, great love is love messaging, and again some fantastic product.
Yeah, and that was part of our brief to shops, really. They did have the freedom to be creative, but one of the points of the brief was, you know, use messages. You know, it's not just about product, and it's not just about using the pride flags representing the rainbow. It was about using key messages, and love is certainly one that was apt for this pride.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think, you know, community engagement is so important now in terms of kind of high street retail in particular, to kind of, you know, create something that makes people want to come out to the shops and want to go into the shops. And
absolutely. And I think, you know, we're starting to feel sort of the momentum and the buzz. I mean, everybody, we don't want to say the C word, the COVID word, but yeah, you know, we are performing very well. You know, the loyalty and the support from our local communities, the donations that we're seeing come through is keeping that momentum up, making us look different, making us stand out, and saying thank you to them. You know, without our supporters, without all of the donations, we wouldn't have the product for our shops, we wouldn't have our shops, would we? No. So reaching out to the community in whatever aspect, you know, we're doing a lot more fundraising now, fundraising events, which is exciting that we can all start up those again, and that engages with the community as well.
It does. It's absolutely, I think charity retail is the heart of the community, isn't it? So it's wonderful to see, and thank you so much to all of the team for putting in such wonderful windows. We're really delighted, and I know St Peter's have always been kind of at the forefront of certainly hospice charity retail, but I think charity retail as a whole. So well done to you all, and thank you so much for taking part.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It's been an honour. Thank you for letting us be involved.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for the awards.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.